Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are fit and fine. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter number 4, and name of this chapter is Cloud for IoT. In that, first of all, first topic for this is IoT and clouds. So first and foremost thing is to understand what is cloud first of all. Now the term here cloud, that is directly refer to the network, right? Or we can call it directly referred to as an internet, right? So in other words, we can say that cloud is something which is present at remote location. So cloud can be provide service over network or over network on private network, right? Or public network, right? So we can consider it as an WAN, LAN, and or VPN. So applications such as email, web conferencing, customer relationship management, that is CRM, all run in cloud, right? So basically, cloud is what? It's a network or internet, right? So what is cloud computing? We need to understand that also. So cloud computing is nothing but a refer to manipulating and configuring the accessing of applications online, right? It offers online data storage, its infrastructure and its applications. So cloud computing in both is a combination of software and hardware that is based on the computing resources that is delivered as a network services. So cloud is generally what we can say that cloud is, it's one kind of network, right, or an internet, right? And what cloud computing will do, it refers to manipulating or configuring its infrastructure, application, online data storage. It's used for many things, right? So cloud computing, it's in combination of software and hardware based computing resources. Now here the computer architecture, the cloud architecture has been shown. So there are several phases in it. Firstly, infrastructure as a service, right? Second is platform as a service, and third is service value nets, right? So this one is the architecture of cloud. Fine. So let us see the brief history of cloud computing, right? Today, why we are covering this cloud? Because it is compulsory for the unit number 4. We need to know what is cloud, right? The basic introduction of cloud. So let us take the brief history of cloud computing. So utility computing will come into existence in 1961. Then after it will come, time sharing part will come into the 1970s. After that, it will be work in the large distribution data centers that for 1980s to 1990s. In 2000 up to present, the internet computing will come into existence, right? Now, what is the new in cloud computing today? So it's getting faster, data communication day by day. Then faster and reliable computing is also there. Denser and cheaper storage would be providing. Newer programming paradigms will be applied to this cloud computing, or we can say it is related to the cloud computing, right? So let us see the basic concept of this. So there are certain services and methods available, or the models for working behind the scene, making in the cloud computing feasible and accessible to the end users first of all. So following are the working models for cloud computing. First one is deployment model, and second one is service model. So let us see what is deployment model quickly. So deployment model is nothing but it's defined the type of access to the cloud. Now, how the cloud is located, right? Cloud have any of these 4 type of access, that is public, private, hybrid, and community, right? That what we have understand in the computer networks, right? So public cloud, private cloud, hybrid, and community cloud would be there in the deployment model. So let us see what is public cloud. The public cloud allows system and services to be easily accessible to the general public. That's it, right? It's having the less secure because it is open like an email, right? It's so basic, you can understand these terms or this topic very easily, right? So basically it's for public, so it would be less secure. Second, private. As compared to the public, it is more secure. It offers increased security because it's in private in nature, right? So this private clouds allow system and services to accessible within an organization, right? Within any kind of company or anything, any organization, it will use its private cloud because they don't want to leak their data to the or show their data to the general public, right? So it's in private cloud. Third is community cloud. Now this community cloud allows system and services accessible by group of organizations, right? That stands for one community, right? Next and last one is hybrid cloud. Now this hybrid cloud, as name suggests, it's a mixture of various clouds like public and private clouds. So this is, however, the critical activities are performed using private cloud, while the non-critical activity will perform using the public cloud, right? So that stands for the hybrid cloud. So here the public cloud, there are several points have been mentioned here for this particular clouds. So public cloud will have more elasticity, utility pricing is good, leverages expertise is good. Private cloud will provide more security, will have total control, regulation also there, and flexibility also there. Community cloud that meets share and concern all the things, right? And hybrid cloud will use following advantages of whatever the clouds we are using as in hybrid clouds, right? Now coming to the service model, that service model is the reference models on which the cloud computing is generally based on, right? So this can be categorized into the various type, right? Like infrastructure as service, platform as service, software as service. The short forms of this are IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, right? So these are the platform or service models that has been used for cloud computing. So IaaS as infrastructure as service. So this generally, as a name suggests, it's in delivery of technology infrastructure on demand scalable services, right? So IaaS provide access to fundamental resources such as physical machine, virtual storage, etc., right? So usually built based on usage. It's usually multi-tenant virtualized environments, and it also manage service for OS and application supports, right? So basically it will provide an infrastructure to the various services and applications where it comes to the physical machine or virtual machine or as virtual storage, etc., right? So this is all about the infrastructure as in service. So infrastructure as in service example for this, there are several companies like they are providing this here shown in this. Okay, now second one is platform as a service. Now platform as a service, that is PaaS, right? So PaaS provide runtime environment for the applications, development and deployment tool, etc., right? It will provide a platform, right? It will provide all the facilities that is required to support or to complete the life cycle of a building or delivering web applications and services, right? So typically this application must be developed with particular platform in mind. So multi-tenant environment and a highly scalable multi-tier architecture would be provided with this platform as a service, right? Like Amazon Web Services, Joint, Rackspace, these all are providing platform as a service. Now software as a service model allow or use software application as a service. So it's a software delivery methodology, right, that provide licensed multi-tenant access to software and its functions remotely, that is based on the web services. Now this usually built based on usage. Usually multi-tenant environment has been used and highly scalable architecture is also used, right? And it provides software as a service, right? So these are the companies or organizations that provide SaaS, right? Do you use the cloud, right? So these are the companies, or these are the things that might be all of you have aware of, right? And we are using in day-to-day life, and they are totally based on the cloud services, right? So let us see the opportunities and challenges related to this thing related to cloud, right? Just a minute. Okay, so first point for this is the use of cloud provides a number of opportunities. First of all, it enables service to be used without any understanding of their infrastructure, right? If you want to use the service of some particular thing, right? If you want to use Amazon, right? Or if you want to see the movie on Amazon Prime or like that, on Netflix and like that, right? So what we are doing, we just need internet for this and to access it, and we need one account, right? So it provides in services without any kind of understanding of their infrastructure, right? We are not related to the or we are not aware of any infrastructure that has been used by these companies, but what we are using its services, that's it, right? So computer computing work using economic for sale, right? It potentially lower the outlay expense of startup companies, as they would no longer need to buy their own software or service, right? So this will provide these opportunities. Cost would be by on-demand pricing. Vendor and service provide clean cost by establishing an ongoing revenue stream. Right? Data and service are stored remotely but accessible from anywhere, as it is on the cloud. So for accessing it or for synchronization purpose, we just need an internet connection, right? Okay, in parallel, there has been backlashes against cloud computing. What are they? Let us see. Usage of cloud computing means dependency on other, that is, cloud possibility, limit flexible and innovations. Like the other are likely become the bigger internet companies like Google and IBM, who may monopolize the market. Right? So some argues that this use of supercomputers in a return to the time of mainframe computing that the PC was a reaction against. Right? So security could be proved to be a big issue, right? If we are using cloud, and if we are using cloud for our private purpose or anything like that, right? So if we are using another company's cloud services, then your data might be at risk, right? So security would be the main concern while it comes to the cloud computing, right? It is still unclear how safe outsourced data is when using these services. Ownership of data is not always clear. There are also issues relating to policies and access. If your data is stored abroad, whose policy do you adhere to? What happens if the remote server goes down? How will you then access the file? And there have been any cases of user being logged out of account and losing access to data. Right, so these are the several points. These are those several points that might be you have somewhere faced, and yes, these are the challenges also when it comes to the cloud computing. Right. So let us come to the next point of cloud security. Now, cloud security is nothing but the security principles that has been applied to protect the data. Right, first of all, to protect the data, and then it comes to the application and infrastructures of it. It is also associated with the cloud computing technology, right? So basically, security is the first and foremost thing when it comes to the cloud services. Now, why is cloud security is important? Right, as I have already told that security is first and foremost point, but why it is important? Because it increases the usage of cloud services in non-traditional sectors, first of all. Second, growing adoption of cloud services in government department, right, that may also put at risk. Rise in cloud services, specific attacks would be there. Right, growing uses of cloud services for critical data storage, rise in employee mobility. Right, so these are the facts, or these are the points that we need to keep in mind for when it comes to the cloud security importance. Advantage for this cloud would be, as we all know, what are the advantages. Still, I go through all the points. What are the importance for this? So first one is it will provide a lower computer cost. Second, it will improve performance. Second, it will reduce software cost. Instant software update would be there. Improve document format compatibility. unlimited storage capacity would be there, so there will be no limitations for the storage, and at one place you can store all the data. Increased data reliability. Universal document access would be there, you can access from anywhere. Latest version availability also, it's free. Easier group collaboration and device independence, right? So these are the most advantageous point I have mentioned here. There are some disadvantages also for this particular cloud computing. That first one is it requires a constant internet connection, right? If you locate it at some place where you don't have the connection for internet, right? So how you can access your data, right? So this is the first and foremost disadvantage that you have. It requires a constant internet connection to use your file on the cloud. Second, it does not work well with lower speed connection, right? If you have internet connection but you don't have good speed, then it might also create a problem. Third, features might be limited, right? Features that you are using might be limited. Can be slow, right? It can be slow while uploading or downloading the data, like that, right? Storage data can be lost, it might happen. Storage data might not be secure, right? So these are the some of the points. As each and everything have some of the merit and demerit. So this cloud computing also having some merits and demerits, right? That's what we have seen here. So cloud storage, how you can make it, like creating an account, username and password. You can contain live with the account in the cloud, log on to any computer with Wi-Fi to find your content, right? So these are the companies that provide in cloud computing to you: Dropbox, SkyDrive, Amazon Cloud, Bing, that is the box they are using, right? Okay, so that's it. These are the future points that might be improving the security or improving in anything like that is related to the cloud, right? So these are the points that is for future purpose, right? So this that's all for the day. If you have any doubt or query regarding this, please let me know. Thank you so much.